metal legs.
There he is. Oh. Oh.
Hey internets, it's Jake from Mini Terrain Domain, and this is Welcome to Paradise Academy. This is season 2 of our Kids on Bikes Welcome to Paradise, Michigan campaign. This, I cannot believe, I just glanced over and I cannot believe the typo. I don't know how that just happened.
What happened?
I know how to spell the word mirror.
Oh,
Somehow
no.
in the Twitch chat, in the Twitch title, it's spelled M-I-R-R-I-R.
Mirror.
Mirror.
Which is actually,
Mirror.
I was talking while I was typing. I just glanced over. And also, that's fun to say. M-I-R-R-I-R.
M-I-R-R-I-R.
Yes, tonight's episode is the Jealous Mirror.
The jealous mirror.
There's no point in correcting it because it won't correct on stream, I don't think. Yeah, I literally do not know how that happened. Anyway, that is a typo. That is not a mirror. Is not yet an entity. Maybe it will be. Anyway, this is episode 27 of season 2. And I'm gonna do this twice. Before we even get into the announcements, I'm gonna do this. And then before we start the game, I'm gonna do this because I have a couple quick announcements. We have a special content warning for this game in particular. This episode contains discussions of depression and self-harm, including suicidal ideation, and may not be suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. If you or somebody you know is in trouble and needs to contact the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, you can do so with the national number 988. If you are a veteran in need of somebody to talk to, you can dial 988 and then press 1. You can visit 988lifeline.org or findahelpline.com. I do believe the 988 is continental United States only, but findahelpline.com is global. You can use that all around the world. I'll do this again in a few minutes before the game starts, but I want to give you a heads up now. If you are here, we always have a content warning. We know there's going to be some extra heavy discussions tonight. So, look up there in the right-hand corner, up above M and Tamiko, and you will see something called Domain Pops. Domain Pops are a way that you, the audience, can have an impact on the game simply by subscribing, resubscribing, gifting subs, cheering 500 bits, tipping $5, becoming a supporter over on Ko-fi. Any of those things will earn Domain Pops for the players. Domain Pops +1 to fun. Domain Pops are used to add bonuses to dice rolls when needed, or you can spend 5 Domain Pops to any player can have themselves or anybody else spend 5 Domain Pops to make themselves or somebody roll on the D100 mystery grab bag table. So yeah, know that when you subscribe, cheer, all that kind of stuff, that you're supporting the channel, but you're also having a little bit of an impact on the game. Speaking of supporting the channel, if you look in the lower left-hand corner down this way, we do have a sub goal. Right now we're targeting 50 subs before the end of the month. We're at 31. So you can help with that as well. In addition to tonight's show, we have coming up soon will be the finale of Scribes and Scrolls that will be pre-recorded and then will be aired on its normal time slot coming up in the not too distant future. You'll have to stay tuned to social media to find out exactly when that's going to be. We also have following that show, start date to be determined, is a brand new show, still not fully titled, but it will be running 7 Dooms for Sandpoint Pathfinder 2E. That will be on Monday nights at 8:30 p.m. We do have our regular Tuesday night Sky Metal Iron Gods D&D game. You can find myself over there with our Game Master Vi and other players Sarah and Karen. However, it's going to be 4 weeks before we return for Sky Metal. We did just have our very first ever interlude. Sarah and Karen weren't able to make it, so Em and I did a 1 year earlier prologue, Varys and Yersimagor meeting for the first time. We started out, it's going to be a one shot. We very quickly realized we're going to have to keep this going a little bit. So there will be more to go with that as well. And then we do have, again, it's planned for next Tuesday. We'll see if it's next Tuesday or if at a later Tuesday, but opposite Sky Metal will be a new Scavenger 5e game featuring Game Master Marquise and players Lloyd and myself. We also had to, due to D&D in a castle, which is also why Ted is not with us tonight, we had to reschedule our Old Guard game, so that I would say probably not until September we'll be playing in our next Old Guard game over on the Nerdarchy channel. Content warning. The regular content warning, of course. We are adults portraying teenagers and kids and others in a fictitious town in Michigan. You may hear adult language, graphic depictions of violence, horror, body horror. You're more likely than not going to hear something that has to do with hands being removed or affected in some way. #hand stuff. All of these kind of things may not be something that you want to be a part of. Feel free to use your own discretion and leave. Go somewhere else. Come back later if you're feeling up to it, but we will not be offended. You need to take care of yourself. Speaking of taking care of yourselves, we take care of ourselves here at MTD by having session zeros, and we have safety tools in place to make sure that everybody is safe around the game table. We make sure that everybody is aware of those safety tools and how to use them. We use the traffic light system, and there are other systems out there. We encourage you to check them out and use them however, or use them at your games. Use them whether you are playing in a stream game, a private game, playing with friends you've known for 30 plus years, or somebody you just met. You should be keeping everybody safe, understanding what lines and veils are, etc. Finally, or second to finally, we like to take a pause here to remind you that you matter. Your presence on this earth matters. You matter. Whether you believe that or not, it's true. The world is a better place with you in it. We talk all the time about the importance of mental health and getting the help you need. Getting started can be as simple as typing !help in the chat, so that you can find the resources you need. Doing that will bring up a couple of URLs, findahelpline.com, or you can check out the growing list of resources at takethis.org. We encourage you to check those out, bookmark them, save them for yourself, save them for a friend, and remember, you matter. And now, because we're getting to roll into the game proper, I want to highlight this one more time. Tonight's episode contains discussions of depression and self-harm, including suicidal ideation, and may not be suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion advised. You can check out the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. You can call them at 988. If you are a veteran, dial 988 and then press 1. Go to the website 988lifeline.org, or internationally, you can check out findahelpline.com. With that, I would like to welcome you all to Paradise Academy. things are really heating up for our gang of kids here. They are either, several of them are either in the Nexus Projects laboratories, or are trying to get to the Nexus Projects laboratories, or they're somewhere else entirely dealing with their own problems involving too many Jakes. Whatever the case, things are particularly coming to some sort of a confrontation involving Jessica and TJ. In previous episodes, we have alluded to the fact that TJ and Jessica have already had an established connection somehow, though none of us knows what that is until now. For the first part of this session, we are going to go back in time a little bit. We are going to go to the very first time that Jessica reached out to TJ. Now, I'm not even going to set this scene up. I'm going to leave this to Em and Craig. Whichever one of you wants to start, set the scene up. Looks like it's going to be Craig. Tell us where you are and start to set that scene up.
Okay. It is the night before the first day of school. And it is the evening. And you see TJ, the back of his head, looking out the window. And you hear a slam of a door, and you see his father get into the truck and squeal his tires away. As TJ turns around, you can see that he has a bruise just below his eye, and the yellowing of that black eye that's about to form. And he waits until his father he can't see the lights of the car anymore. And he takes a deep breath. And he says, "Fucking hate you. Fucking hate you more than anything. Why? Just fucking tell me why, you motherfucker." And he goes into his room, and you see there's several posters on the wall that is of a 44 Coast Guard surf boat in the surf. You know, it's one of those things he's always wanted. And he looks at it, and he reaches up and he rips it off the wall and tears it to shreds. And he looks over at the top of the dresser where all his football and athletic trophies and everything are. And he goes over there and he swipes them off the table and throws them against the wall. And he looks down and he sees the picture of him and his dad. And it's a Little League picture. And they're posing and they're both smiling. And he says, "What the fuck happened to you? Why did you change? Why do you have to be like this? Why? I don't fucking understand." And as he looks up at the top of his dresser, he also sees a picture of his mom and him when he was about 3 years old. And he starts to talk to it. He said, why did you leave? Why did you do that? You just left me. You know how he was. You know how he is. And I can remember everything. I can remember everything about that night. I remember. You tucked me in. And you read me a bedtime story just like you always do. And you said that you wanted this one to be special. Yeah, why did you want it to be so fucking special? It was Cat in the Hat, remember that? And then you told me you loved me. And then you went to bed. What was I supposed to think? That I'd never fucking see you again? And you know what? And then I woke up. And all I heard was Dad screaming. So I got out of bed. And I walked down the hall. Like I have 1,000 times every time you told me that if I was scared to always come to you. So I did. And there you were. Just laying there. I grabbed your hand and you were so cold. And you wouldn't answer me. And I seen Dad pick up the pill bottle and he threw it across the room and he told me to get out. And then you know what he told me? He told me to stop my crying. And he told me I was a pussy. And he didn't want me to embarrass him when the ambulance came. That's what he fucking told me. And that's what you left me with. And then I had to go to school. And all the parents' days that you weren't there. Because you left me. But you know what? And I opened up the sock drawer and I said, but I still have that bottle that he threw at me when he said it was my fault. Look, it says your name right here. Melanie. And this... Did it hurt? Was it hard to leave me here? Did you just fall asleep? Because I don't want to fucking be here? You know what? Still read that book every fucking night, wishing that you hadn't walked away from me. But you just left me here. Yeah. Dad, Yeah, we remember all the times we used to go fishing and do all of those things? But he blames me. So I walk into the bathroom and I wash my face off. And say, but maybe, just maybe this time, he'll know it's his fault, not mine. And I fill the glass up with water. I open the pill bottle. And I dump the entire contents into my.
You suddenly hear and feel the mirror in front of you begin to rattle and shake as you begin to see, replacing your image, your reflection, that of a teenage girl. As you hear a yell that echoes, "Wait! Stop!" And Jake, if you'll allow it, you would almost see like this ghostly hand reach through the mirror, and kind of try. I don't know if Jessica is successful, but it's just like the swipe out, and
Give me
you see.
give me a real quick roll with your I don't even know what we were using before.
Grit, maybe?
Charm.
Roll me some d6s. If they don't explode, roll a d6. If it doesn't explode, roll another d6.
If it does not explode?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
It did not.
Okay, roll again. Adding them.
Okay, 5 total.
Roll again.
7 total.
Okay, roll again.
9 total.
Roll one more time.
I'm rolling 2s.
You're gonna have such a headache.
Oh my goodness. 11, another 2.
Okay. So that was a total of 5, I believe, that you rolled.
Yep.
Jessica, you have this unique ability that allows you to phase that apparently does allow you, and it's less a ghostly hand, and it's more like you're it's like the mirror itself, like a mirror hand is reaching out. You have succeeded, but there will be a in this case a mental penalty.
Yeah, I imagine that this is a very, I mean, probably even Jessica looks surprised at this, just with such heightened emotion. She has put in all of her mental energy, fortitude, physical energy into doing this one very small swipe through the mirror.
What the fuck? I look down at like I haven't even taken any.
You don't want to do that.
What's going on? Who are you? And how are you? What the?
This is all gonna seem very weird. I'm gonna need you to be cool with like a bunch of things very fast, but I'm Jessica.
How are you doing this?
I don't exactly know how I did that. I also don't know why I can talk to you. But I've been listening to you and what you've said, and
Oh my God.
no, it's okay, really. I
Please
get
don't
it.
tell anybody.
You see Jessica like kind of laugh. She's like, "Trust me, there's no one for me to tell. I'm kind of stuck here. Not in this bathroom, in another world, behind the mirror, in like some type of like reflection or something."
Why'd you stop me? Why do you care? Why? What is any business of yours? Like
Because
you're gonna
listen,
understand me somehow?
because your dad's an asshole.
Yeah, I know that.
He doesn't deserve the attention or the care or that you are giving him.
How would you know that? How can you relate? Seriously. I'm sorry, but I don't know you and you don't know me. So how could you even fathom what I'm going through?
No, you're right. I don't know you. But I do know jackass parents. Mine aren't the best, the most stellar either. And trust me, it is not. There's so much more. There is. I want I've. Listen, this isn't creepy. I have nothing else to do. I've been watching you, your interactions, what you've said. Sorry. And you're a good person. I can see that in you. You have so much more like to give. You have so much more to do.
You have no idea how alone I feel. How could you even you don't know how alone I am.
I am alone, Jessica says. Literally, I am, and she like gestures back into the bathroom. There is nobody here. But even before that,
In my
like,
bathroom? Yeah, I know.
wow. No. I mean anywhere. Where I am, there's no one. Not a person. Not anyone to talk to. You are the first person that I've been able to speak with in a very long time.
Why me?
You
You
see
chose
Jessica
me?
shake her head. I didn't choose you. I'm not really sure why. I can see you and you can talk to me. But maybe it means something. Maybe it's important.
So what are your parents like?
My dad is dating Becky, who is, well, not that much older than, not that much older.
How old is he?
And, sorry, what did you say?
How old's your dad?
Old. Super
Oh.
old.
So your mom is young?
No, same age as my dad. You know, I was always mad at my mom. I thought that she pushed away my dad. So we don't have the best relationship either. But my dad just kind of went with Becky, and left me and my mom to live in a trailer. Just took everything. Took our life from us.
Wait a minute. So, where does he live?
California?
So, he just like moved away, and you guys just live in a trailer now?
She nods.
Sounds like a dick.
Super dick.
Well,
Listen, I know I don't have it as bad as your dad. I know that, but it sucks having shitty parents. But you don't have to give him the power over you.
hard.
And listen, I have some friends.
You see this? He did that to me because I left a Pop-Tart on the fucking counter. He said gear adrift and fucking smacked me for it. For a fucking Pop-Tart.
I'm sorry that I can't help you with your dad, but I have some friends who they're great, really. They really care about their own, and I think that they would be welcoming of you so
Well,
fast.
How?
They-
So you talk to them
I
in the
can't.
mirror?
I can't get them to talk to me.
So you can't. They don't sound like great friends if they won't talk to you.
I can't talk to them. I don't know how I'm doing it with you. Really, seriously, this is the first time I've been able to talk to anyone. I mean, there was that one time where I was in a napkin holder, but she like kind of just hand waves that.
It was weird.
Did you say? Did you say you were in a napkin holder?
She nods, kind of laughs.
Okay.
It's kind of stupid, but
Well, how? Were you always in there? How did you get in there?
all right, we're back to the have to be cool with a lot of things real quick. I have a twin who was in this mirror. She's like kind of a bitch. Actually a pretty big bitch. We were both out into the real world for a while and everything was okay, but then we had to go back into the mirror, or one of us did, and she made it seem like it was going to be her, but then last minute pushed me in, and I've been stuck here ever since, and I think that she has been pretending to be me to my friends. They think that I am her.
So, like, identical twins?
Identical. Well, my reflection, she says.
So, oh, well, I'm TJ, by the way. What's
She
your name?
smiles. Jessica. My twin's name is Anne.
But she's going by Jessica now, apparently.
Jessica nods.
So,
She's taking over. She wants to take over my life.
so where are these friends at?
You see Jessica kind of suddenly look around. She's like, that is like a super good point. Where am I? Where are we right now? I know the bathroom. Like city?
So, like Paradise or whatever. My dad just made me transfer here from Traverse
Oh.
City.
That's perfect. That's where everyone is. That's where my friends are. That's where this all happened.
He's got some job at some place, some, I don't know, labs or something. I don't fucking know. Some security thing. Like, what are these friends' names? Do you get a message to them or something?
Yeah, yes. I need to get out of here. Yeah, I really need your help, TJ. You seem to be the only person I can talk to right now.
Well, you're the only one that seems to have a clue what I'm talking about. So, some stuff has been weird with me. Did you put your hand through the mirror?
I don't know how I did that. And she like presses her hand like on the mirror again, and it just kind of taps against it.
Because how long has that been going on with you? Because I had some weird things happen to me too.
Months. What's been happening with you?
Well, one of the good things is that if I'm anywhere around people, I can basically disappear in a crowd. When you feel the way I do and you want to kind of disappear sometimes, it's kind of handy. But one of the weird things that has been happening lately is this is gonna sound weird, but I can take away people's pain. Kind of fucked up that I'm feeling like this and I can take other people's pain, but I can also hurt people, which obviously I don't want to do. But it's like if you were to cut yourself, I mean, since we're being honest with each other, I have cut myself several times, but when I go to football practice, I just kind of give it to somebody else so that nobody sees. I know that's kind of fucked up, but
I put a guy through a car and got him stuck halfway through.
well,
It's the asshole superpower Olympics.
She's like, she just shrugs and she's like, listen.
I can hurt people. I killed a guy.
Well, guess what, bitch?
We're basically the same.
well, I guess me giving another person a scar on their arm doesn't really matter as much as I thought it did.
All I'm saying is,
I mean, you
these
didn't want
powers
to do
are-
that, did you?
no, it was an act. Well, she like, it was an accident, but listen, that's not important. She says. What I'm just trying to say is, being a teenager is hard enough. We don't need extra powers as well. That just kind of adds to the shit pile that we have to deal with. So I don't blame anyone for anything, well, except for my twin. But that's she said. But even then,
Does she have powers too?
She's super strong.
Oh.
Like superhuman strength. I can phase through, or I could phase through things. All of our little group, my friends, they have abilities too. Well, most of them do.
So who are they?
Well, there's there's Oak. He is also there's an adult version of him that we sometimes run into as well. He's like super smart.
Are you just making this up? Make me feel better.
I swear, she says, she's like, I swear on my copy of Teen Magazine, this is real.
That's
I
what
would
Jessica, if she went to court, it would be like, all right, put your hand on the good book.
I would like to do something here. As you identify each of your friends, Craig, I want you to tell me a sort of a flash forward from now, but still a flashback from present time.
Okay.
As Jessica has just told you about Oak and Dr. K, one quick scene, like just a moment, where sometime in the next 4 weeks where you are observing them where they don't realize you're observing them. So starting with Oak and Dr. K.
Okay. Well, I think I seen the Oak kid that you were telling me about.
Well, keep in mind this is the day before school.
Yeah,
that you're
so
talking to her.
We're flashing forward and back, and then I'm talking to her, correct?
I just want you to describe a scene later on. So this is sort of like a montage.
Oh, so are you wanting me to do it individually as we do it?
Yes.
Okay.
So Em just told you about Oak.
Now you want me to talk
Now
about
I want you
Oak.
to just
Okay.
describe a scene that you've observed Oak in.
Okay. So I seen the Oak guy today. That you told me about. He's a shorter guy, right? Now I think I seen the friends, and they were at I think they were at a pizza place. And I don't know, he was messing with something. I don't know exactly what he was doing. He was like messing with a napkin dispenser or whatever, and then he like went into some kind of trance, and everybody was kind of freaked out. I don't know what was going on, but and he kept coming back and saying that he met some Algernon guy or something like that. I don't know if he was on drugs or what. But...
He's an evil rat.
Oh, okay.
This is exactly what I wanted. Then now we're sort of flashing back. This is a weird like flashbacks within flash forwards within flashbacks.
Oh my god, I love it.
But
my
Flash
mouth is
session.
pretzel.
As you jump to the next person,
He was talking about spaceships or something. I'm not sure if he's on the lettuce, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and so flashing back, you see Jessica I imagine Jessica's now sitting on the bathroom floor. And then there's Coop. Coop, he's just so happy to be there and just so genuine. Like, you always know with Coop, like, what's going on, what he's feeling. There's never any secrets. He's just so genuine. And I also ripped his arm off. She says,
On purpose?
That one was an actual total accident, she says.
Was it the phasing thing like the car, like you told me?
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to concentrate.
So when's the time that you've seen this gentle, genuine, honest, nothing to hide kid?
Well, I seen Coop today, and I don't know if you know this or not, but apparently he's the new mascot at school. I don't know if I agree with you about the gentle part, because I seen him kill someone today. But he rewound it somehow, and then after he rewound it, he went to cheer practice, all normal. So it was kind of weird.
You see Jessica look kind of worried. Jessica looks a little worried at this because this does, to at least to Jessica, seem out of character with at least how she knew Coop before. So, so then flashing back, he says, and there's Rosie. She, another one, you know, she's gonna tell it to you straight. She is just, she's super incredibly loyal. She is one of my closest friends. I think she's probably the only real friend that I've had, Jessica said. You know, those other girls, they're so fake. They're so catty. They're so backstabbing. And Rosie's not like that. Rosie she'll go to bat for you, but literally sometimes.
I got news. So, Dallas and I were heading to practice, and we jumped in his truck. And he got that new Metallica CD, and he was very excited about it. And he was messing with it. And he was driving through the parking lot, and he hit her. And she was taken away in an ambulance.
Is she okay? You see Jessica immediately.
This is the first day of school. I don't even know. I seen your other friend kill somebody, and then she just got ran over by a car. And then that skater kid that you told me about, he like was chasing the ambulance on his skateboard.
GM interrupt here. This is cinematically, this would be the equivalent of rewatching the scene of Rosie getting hit by the truck, which when we saw it the first time, we saw Dallas and his girlfriend in the truck.
Oh, all right.
No, don't worry. Don't worry.
No. Unreliable narrator.
Because not just unreliable narrator, but TJ has an ability to blend in and not be noticed. TJ was in the passenger seat of the truck. The girlfriend was in the middle.
Oh my god, they zoom out on the same shot, and TJ.
That's what I was
going to
say. They literally just zoom away just a little bit further, and yeah, TJ was there the whole time, going like, "What happened, man?
What the fuck, dude?" Oh no.
All right.
And then there's another rewind, as Jessica said, and then there's Laz. I mean, he's like, he's super annoying, she says at first, but he's kind of, he pretends to be this real bad boy and like, you know, super cool, super like, I ride a skateboard, but you know, he doesn't give a shit about what he doesn't care about. So if you're on his shit list, but, you know, I think he would do anything for the people that he cares about. And he's surprisingly insightful for a stoner jackass, she says, with a bit of a smile.
Yeah, he was pretty upset at the looking when he found out it was Rosie. Are they dating or something? Because he was pretty upset. And then, like I said, he chased the ambulance on his skateboard.
Yeah, Jessica is at like this fast forward is kind of beside herself with like.
I'll tell you as soon as I found anything. I promise.
She nods. Thank you.
I'm sorry sorry to hear it that way, but you know.
I just wish I could be there.
Is there any way to get you out of here? How do we?
she kind of shakes her head, but then she pauses and she says, "Wait, the mirror." And I imagine we go back one more time to her sitting and just. And lastly, there's Billy. She pauses. I've seen him with Anne, who he thinks is me. They had a bit of a thing before, and I think they will. I'm worried about him. I think that he.
I don't think it's a had. I think it's a has.
I think that he. I'm worried about him. He turns into a werewolf, also.
Okay.
But he. I think there's something pulling him in two different directions. I think he's gonna have to make a choice at some point, and I'm just not sure what he's gonna choose.
Do you feel that way about him?
I thought he was okay. She says.
Short answer, no.
He's fine. He's nice.
No, and I'm totally okay. So if you do, that's fine. It's
She
anyway.
pauses. She says, "No, it's not like that." I don't know. She says, "I've had some time to think. Maybe at one time I did before I got into this, but being in here gives you a lot of time to think."
Well, there's a rumor around school or whatever that he was checking out the shop teacher. The blonde, the blonde one that looks like
Brigitte
the
Nielsen, of
Rocky
course,
IV. The guy in Rocky IV. Have you seen movies? Or how long have you been in there again?
She's like, "I
You know what
haven't
a
been in
movie
there
is,
that
right?
long."
You know what
Yes.
a movie is, right?
I've seen a bunch, but they're all in
it's
reverse.
one of the moving pictures. They're all the rage.
The talkies. I seen one with the Nickelodeon.
I mean, I don't know.
She laughs, and she laughs at that, and I think this is the first time you've probably heard her just genuinely laugh at that.
I think with Jessica laughing for the first time, I think this, again, cinematically, I kind of see this as we're already seeing that over the course of the few weeks. You had your initial introductions, and then you're still talking. You're learning about each other. You're getting to know each other. And I think with that laughter, we see this sort of slow pullback through. I picture TJ kind of sitting wherever you're sitting in the bathroom, like on a cabinet or the counter or something in the reflection. TJ is sitting so that he's either reflected nearby or so that it creates this almost looks like you're in the same room vibe. And the camera is very slowly panning out as the two of you continue to talk. And just sort of pans out into that broader view of the room. And we see the strewn about, the torn up pictures of that poster. And we see the strewn about trophies, the open drawer. And the camera's sort of moving down and panning across. And as we hear Jessica laughing, and probably at some points in the conversation TJ laughing as well, we hear or rather we see some of the pills scattered across the floor, and we see the empty pill bottle laying on the floor. And I think what I would like to do at this point is we'll start to move into real time. And when we come back to your guys' scenes, if you need to jump back into something, Craig,
Yeah, I got one more thing. If you don't mind. So, I don't know how to thank you, and I really appreciate it. I mean, I honestly think you probably saved my life tonight, and that's not something that I'm gonna forget anytime soon. And I'll tell you what, I'm gonna make a pact with you right now that no matter what, I will figure a way to get you out of there. Okay? I promise you that. So.
Yeah, Jessica smiles and she says, as long as you keep me company, I'll keep you company, and then neither of us will be alone.
I'll tell you what, just so you know it's me, and you'll always know that I've got your back and I know that you've got mine. I'm gonna write my initials on the mirror, and you put yours, so I know that you've got my back too.
And Jessica puts her initials.
And I put a heart around it. And I say, no matter where you are, if you see that, you know I'm thinking about you. And I'm working on getting you out of there, I promise. Thank you. And then alright, that's what I wanted, Jake. Sorry.
Excellent. And I think that's a
Sorry.
great place to I think we'll actually take a break. We'll take a short break, and when we come back we'll move forward in time and start to loop in a couple others, and we do have a couple stragglers outside of the lab. We need to figure out where they are and what they're up to as well. But for the time being, we're going to take about a 5 to 10 minute break, and we will see you on the other side.
Good.
And we're back. We are actually going to, I imagine this sort of cinematically as we come away from this scene at the Adkins house on Stone Hill, that the camera sort of eventually pans and moves outside TJ's bedroom window and through the treetops. And as it begins moving through the treetops, there's branches and leaves kind of whipping past the camera, and suddenly we see bursting through shrubbery on his tricycle, with Billy not far ahead of him. We see Oak off-roading on his trike, basket full of gear, as they have gone off-road, escaping from the mysterious Dodge Diplomat and the two strangers. You know, you're vaguely heading in the direction of the laboratories. But beyond that, you're off-roading. Oak, what's going on?
Well, I imagine that Oak is trying to traverse, like, wherever they're going, trying to keep up with Billy, but also trying to steer clear of whoever the Nexus members are. And he is... I think he's going to actively, like, continue, even though he knows that Jessica's not there. I think he's actively gonna keep trying to have a conversation with her in the mirror, just to kind of distract him from, like, or at least maybe, like, try to keep her on the line, because the longer that he can know that she's present, the longer that, like, he has time to get to them. So, you know, I'm sorry this didn't work out before. I'm sorry we didn't find a way to get to you sooner. Trust me, I thought we could have, and I really wish we had. And I think we're far enough away that Billy, like, I'm not allowing my voice to carry very much. And I'm like, Jessica, I had such a bitch. She's such a bitch. She's so mean. She's so mean. And like, I offered in the lighthouse to be like, just go save her. Just go save her. Open the door, let her in. And she was like, no, that's my story now. I'm my own person. No, no, I'm gonna come save you. I promise. Don't worry. And meanwhile, the mirror is nothing. There's no one there. He's just talking to himself because he wants to actively hold your memory in his head. And so he's hoping that he's far enough away from Billy that he's not gonna receive werewolf punch to the face.
Do you ever, you know how if you set the phone down while somebody's talking and you can hear them talking in the background? While you're working with TJ, Jessica, to navigate through the laboratory, you can hear Oak kind of in the distance saying all of this stuff. But it's you're trying to focus on helping TJ navigate to the mirror, and there's a couple things that Oak says that stands out. In particular, he mentions the bit about the lighthouse and should have saved you at the lighthouse and didn't let you in, and you have no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah, Jessica is busy like with TJ, but she's gonna keep that in the back of her mind as a little. She's gonna put a pin in that
reminder. Yep.
Yeah. I just picture Jessica as she's sort of leaning over the viewport of TJ's mirror, just kind of going, "Wait, what? Okay." Oh, you do notice that as you're racing through all of these bushes and trees and off-roading it, that Billy is getting further ahead of you.
Yeah. I mean, he's a werewolf. I'm a 12-year-old boy, so let's do the math. Okay?
I would like you to make a... We're going to make a brains check, I think. I'm going to set the DC a little higher because...
Okay.
I don't imagine that Oak has a whole lot of experience off-roading with this trike.
Nah, man. Nah. This is a first time. There's a first time for everything. Aha! That is the lowest brains check I've done the whole game. I've rolled a 6. Ooh, baby. I know nothing about off-roading like this.
Okay. I would like you to make a flight check, please.
Okay, I don't even know what my flight die is. I haven't rolled it enough. There we go.
And remind me, what are your ranks?
So I have
what is your rank?
I have a rank in Clank. So I'm good at machines. I'm good at tech, but I get a plus.
It's a rank in what?
Clank. Rank in Clank.
Oh, I thought you said plank. I'm like, that's not bad.
Yes, I have a... Yeah, my abs are getting strong, man. Ranking plank. Let's go.
Oak never skips core day.
Core day.
Tricycle.
His legs may be weak, but his core is strong as hell. Let me see.
Yeah, go ahead and make a flight check, please.
You got it. D10 plus 1, baby. Let's go. Aha! That's horrible. That's a 1 on the die. Man,
you keep saying aha like you rode really well.
I am rolling. No, it's just because it's surprising. Because I'm rolling like garbage tonight. It's not.
So, you rolled a 1?
Yeah, I rolled a 1.
Okay. You're gonna let that one ride.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm not gonna waste pops on that. I know where.
I love that
we're
all so committed to just kind of letting the story happen sometimes that we have 49 pops.
I know, that's right. I never outright say, you really should use some pops, but I also whenever
Failure
I say
is fun.
so you're gonna go with no, you wanted to roll with the 1. You can roll with the 1.
I do. It just makes more narrative sense. Like I'm not gonna
I got you. I got you. Roll me, because that's a D4.
Uh-huh.
Because you rolled a 1, I want you to roll me a D4. And this number that you roll, before you tell me what it is going to be... well, just tell me what you rolled.
Ooh, I got a 4. So that means it explodes, right? Yeah.
You rolled...
Okay, so I got a 5.
No, this doesn't explode.
Right? Oh, it doesn't explode.
No.
I got a 4, though. I got a 4.
No, this was just because I want to see how badly you get hurt.
Oh, okay.
So I was going to do a D4 plus 1, and I realized that could outright kill you, and it would have.
Yeah.
Which is really bad because Billy's kind of not where he can see you.
Mm-hmm.
So, Oak, you're cruising through the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking in your mirror. You're doing the 1980s version of distracted driving, talking on a cell phone. While you're racing off-road on this bike that's not meant to be off-road. You have no experience doing this. You're also trying to keep an eye on Billy, who we see from your POV with every kind of branch whipping by. Billy gets further and further until you can't see Billy at all. And you make a misjudgment in which direction the path turns. And you end up turning towards this big log. There's no way you could like pop a wheelie over it or bunny hop or anything. And in trying to correct, as you turn, the back wheel of your trike hits it and pops it up, causing your bike to kick almost 180, and you go literally off trail. And you immediately hit this piece of metal grate that is covered in ivy. If you didn't hit it, you wouldn't know it was there. You hear the front tire of your bike both bend and pop. The frame twists and you go flying over the handlebars, and you slam head first into a concrete wall that's buried, or not buried, but covered in like hanging ivy. And you, my friend, are critically injured.
Oh no.
You have split your head. You are struggling to maintain consciousness. Blood is pouring down your face. Your bike is a mangled mess. You can see I'm trying to remember what all you had. I'm going to let you tell me which piece of your gear is irreparably broken.
Oh no.
Okay, un momento. Yeah. You know, I think it's the camera, the Polaroid camera. The camcorder somehow stayed okay, but the Polaroid camera, the lens itself has shattered. Like the whole housing on it has popped away from the main house. Like the lens itself has popped away from the main housing.
I think there's this weird moment where, as the crash happens and the camera strikes the cement of what we can see is a partially buried, what almost looks like a bunker entrance. The camera strikes and there's a flash and the lens snaps or cracks and the camera falls to the ground. Pieces of it askew. Where it says Polaroid, a big chunk of plastic is chipped out, and it just says Polar on it. But with this sort of awkward in a dying gasp, a single final photo comes out, and it ends up being as it develops, it ends up being a blurry photo of the moment of your crash. Your bike is in the air. It's almost looks like an art piece.
What a shot.
You are dazed. There's no question about it. I'm giving you a physical consequence.
Yeah.
In addition to your critical injury. A critical injury is very bad. You are going to need medical attention very soon.
Yeah. So Jake, with that being said, I have two things that I would like to do. One, I would like to personally roll on the random D100 table just to see if I can save my ass with it.
Whoa.
There is a very small percentage chance that something like that could happen. Is this a first time self roll?
I was just gonna say, I think that's the first time that somebody's rolled themselves.
Okay.
I would like to see if we can salvage.
So you go ahead and roll the D100 while I adjust our count here.
Okay. Not bad. Not horrible, but not bad. That's a 21. I'll take it.
Okay,
that's on the higher end of the spectrum.
Yeah, you're in that where some of the good stuff tends to be.
Yep.
Okay, interestingly, this is not going to save you. Sorry. But...
Okay, no, that's fine.
This is a very interesting... This is one that's going to have to be resolved. And there's actually, depending on what happens with you, there's a chance that this could turn into... I'm going to leave it at that.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Whoa, the suspense.
Wow.
I will say what I would like to do then to save myself, even though I'm groggy and even though I'm dazed, I think I would almost try to army crawl my way over to my bike and then...
Oh, you don't even have to do that. Your bike is basically parts of it are on top of you.
Parts of it, okay. Sweet, even better. Oh, okay.
Parts of it are on top of you. Wow.
Okay, yeah. I will then try to reach my hand into the basket because I have, I do have a ability called Organized Mess. So once per day, I can pull a common item out. Okay. What I'd like to do is I would like to pull like an emergency bike flare, something for like an emergency, so that like people could see me, and if so, like strike it on the metal of one of the wheels so that the top comes off, and like Jeff Goldblum take the one arm that's like good right now, and like I don't imagine he'd be aware enough to like yell or scream. He's trying probably, but he's also now like pinned underneath his own bike with definitely a concussion, numerous things. So he is not having a good time.
You just reminded me of something, Chad.
You're not gonna have a good time.
I have just pulled I recently reorganized my dice and rediscovered this is the reason why Coop lost a hand.
God.
This is a body die. It's a D12.
Oh, dear God.
And there are body parts.
I love a body die.
All over it. Jeremy's got one right there.
Uh-huh.
I am going to roll this. Interesting.
That must be the full body result.
So I want to find out who you have.
It's heart. It's
your
heart.
whole...
So, given what I've rolled,
are destroyed.
Given what I've rolled, you have Jeremy to thank you for this wound. I rolled chest.
Oh.
Your handlebar.
It's his heart.
Your handlebar is sticking out of your chest, off to the side.
Oh.
God damn it,
damn it,
Jared.
You
This
have-
got serious really fucking fast,
Well,
man.
so I went back and reread the actual descriptions of critical.
Yep.
You are either unconscious, you have it specifically says piercing wound or broken bones, you need medical attention, or you will die.
Yeah. And I can't move the bike because the bike's friggin' trashed.
So you
You're
and the
done.
bike are sort of one in the moment.
Yep.
So you're reaching back to find this flare. And you're struggling to be able to reach without losing consciousness to be able to strike the flare. During this, you hear this sound of... I think if I try to do it, it's going to get gated, but it's basically... It's the sound of like a very rusty hinges. Sort of... Somebody pressing hard to open something. It's right behind you. And as your hand is sort of, you're reaching for something to strike this flare on, a hand reaches down and sort of lightly takes your hand. You're not going to need that. I got you.
And he kind of looks over at whoever this person is.
You look up into the face of a man who you recognize. He's both older and younger than both versions of him you've seen. This man is somewhere between Dr. K and Hines. You're seeing roughly a mid-50s Orson Axel Kubrick.
Oh.
What he is wearing is not a lab coat, nor is he dressed like a 1930s dock worker. What he is wearing looks like he stepped out of the latest Starlog magazine from some science fiction movie you've never seen before. He's wearing some sort of a suit that is more compact than an astronaut suit. Looks you know what it looks like? He looks like and I forget what his name is, but he looks like the ordinary spaceman, the spacer that's in the cantina in A New Hope.
Oh yeah, okay, yep.
I forget what the guy's name is, but he's a spacer. He's got this sort of, 1970s sci-fi spacesuit on.
He's trying to vocalize stuff, but at some point he realizes who... I don't think he realizes exactly who this is, but just in the touch of his hand, it's coming enough to allow him to relax, right? So I think that's he like worries and then like looks out toward Billy and then looks back to this space ranger, and like he doesn't know what to do as a kid who's now in excruciating pain, probably tears coming down his eyes. Like, I don't know what to do. Just save me.
He says, all right, this is gonna hurt. And then it's not. It's gonna be okay.
Okay. What's this?
And he is going to tell you, what's the name of that, or no, he says, can you explain Thaco to me again?
Okay. And he'll begin to kind of go into the lore.
And as soon as you start to explain Thaco,
Mm-hmm.
he feels like he's trying to like check you for other wounds, but he gets his hands behind your shoulders, and as you're sort of getting into this explanation, he just goes and pulls you off the handlebar.
Oh God.
He immediately reaches to his side and he pulls out what looks a lot like a
Stapler?
glue gun as he pulls this out.
Glue gun.
But as he immediately starts going around your wounds, you see and hear this foam that and it bubbles up and it seems to sort of settle in, and you can feel it somehow it's working. It's immediately it has an analgesic effect. It's taking away the physical pain. As he says, all right, this is going to stop the bleeding and stabilize you at least enough that, well, you're not going to die here. You can't die here.
Okay, wait. Wait, hold on. Wait. I can't die here? So, like, I'm immortal? Or
No.
Oh,
You can't die
wait.
here, as in I'm not going to let you die here, because
okay.
if you die here, then, well, I'm screwed.
Okay, well, also, holy shit. Why are you here?
It's a long story we don't have time for right now. Now listen.
Okay.
And he's kind of grabbing he sort of props you against this entryway,
Mangled mess of a bike.
and he starts scooping up your camcorder and tape recorder, and he kind of grabs at the Polaroids and he goes, oh dang, I forgot about that. And he pulls the picture out and he just kind of tucks it into your shirt pocket and kind of grabs the rest of your stuff and shoves it into your backpack. And it was all right. Here we go. And he scoops you up and kind of squeezes in through this partially open door. And he glances out and he goes, don't worry. Billy's all right. Well, he will be. And you duck inside this bunker, and that's where we're going to switch scenes to Coop, where'd Coop go?
While
There's
we're waiting
Coop.
on Coop to come back, check us
He's
out
right
on
there.
teespring.com. Oh, never mind.
They're running from the bounty hunter.
Coop.
Yeah.
As we cut to you, Coop, you are running through the gypsum mines.
Oh God!
Because we're running from the bounty hunter, right?
You're running from Jake the Bounty Hunter.
So, Jake, I've got this image in my mind. Let me know if you're down with it or not. I imagine that we start running, right? We're running from Jake the Bounty Hunter. We get into the tunnels of the mine and we're running, and that's when Jake the Miner notices that he's a full-grown ass man and Coop's just a little fella, and he's kind of doing his corgi run, but he's not a very fast guy. So I feel like Jake the Miner's instinct from having befriended Oak all of those years ago, basically keeping an eye on him while he was growing up, I feel like his instincts would have kicked in, and he might have scooped up the coop,
Scoop the Coop.
scooped the coop,
Scoop scooper.
and kept running. Does that sound cool with you?
Yeah, I could see this almost awkward moment where he kind of scoops you up while running and just kind of like one arm kind of pushes you up back to his back, and you're clinging on to basically piggybacking on Jake the Miner.
Okay, so
What kind of
what is-
sound is Coop making as they're running? I just need to know this. What kind of
while
sound?
Coop's running himself? It's like,
Yeah,
he's not a
He's
very
got that
athletic
sweaty
guy.
upper lip.
Yeah. I need my inhaler.
Not to mention he's got a belly full of
Oh,
Cookies.
He's
cookies
got a
and-
belly full of
Oh no, the Oreos.
Oreos.
So,
and,
so I imagine that after Jake scoops him up and they're running, Coop glances back to see if he can see Jake the bounty hunter still pursuing them. Does he?
so I gotta find this. I'm gonna have you roll this.
Because Coop has a plan. And you all know how well Coop's plans always go.
Without a hitch.
Always.
Jeez,
Unless you need to.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you roll Jake the Miner's flight die.
Which
But
is
first, I want you to roll a grit die.
okay.
I want you to make a grit check. What's your grit die?
It's a D8. I explode.
Ooh.
That's a 10.
Okay, that's a 10. Go ahead and roll a D12. Sorry, no, that's fight. A D4 flight die for Jake the Miner. But because of your what you rolled, the DC is much lower. And I'll tell you what's
I can dig
happening
it.
once I see what your what Jake's flight check is.
That's a 3. I'm gonna spend I'm gonna spend 2 pops
That
to
you.
make it a
Good
5.
for you.
You're gonna spend 2 pops,
Pop it up.
so you're gonna go from a 3 to
No, I'm not. I'm gonna use my star.
Okay, so instead
Yes!
you're gonna go from a 3 to a 5,
Uh huh.
and that's all.
Spend the 2 pops also. Let's make it a 7.
Yes! Let it ride, baby.
So the DC was a 6.
That's what we get for him saving us once in a while. Once in
Yeah,
a while,
yeah.
he'll like be like,
Yep. It's not
Jake
always,
drops
but
a
every
very
once in a
subtle
while.
Hint, but
I mean, come on, I can't have both Coop
No.
and Oak get taken out critically in the same session.
"That's fair." Wow, Jesus.
So you look back and you see Jake the bounty hunter as he comes around a corner, and if you remember, he was
no.
holding a strange looking gun.
I do remember that.
And as he comes around the corner, you guys are in a particular straightaway that he can level a shot. And Jake the bounty hunter's got some experience because he's running with this gun leveled, and you see it's barely moving other than to keep the two of you in his sights. And all of a
But I have
sudden,
a plan.
he shoots the gun. And whether involuntarily or not, you sort of give Jake the Miner a nudge, and he veers hard to the left, and this net that's fired from the gun goes and just misses catching the two of you, and it kind of catches on one of the lights like as you pass it. So there's a sudden burst of spark and light bulb as it hits it and gets tangled up, and you hear Jake the bounty hunter curse as he's reaching back. He hits something, and something ejects off of the gun, and you see him grab another, just this big thing, and just kind of as he's reloading his net gun.
Look, while
What would
all
you
of
like
this
to
is
do?
happening, thank you for asking. While all of this is happening, Coop nearly but doesn't shits himself when that gun fires. And then when the net goes by him, he's like, oh. And then he looks at his power glove and he starts button mashing.
Oh yeah,
Like,
he
Okay.
he's
does.
not sure what's going to happen, but Coop's going to start button mashing, and he's hoping that this thing has a laser, a gun, a force beam. He doesn't fucking know. Like he'll fucking Konami code that shit. Like
left, right, start.
Up. What is it? Up, down, left, right, BA start.
Yep.
There you go. Hell yeah, Tamiko. What a pull.
So, as you're doing this, and as you enter this code, you feel the power glove start to like energize. You see within it that there are that sort of Tron blue circuitry starts to light up across it, and on the back of the palm where the light sensors are, they actually start to glow. I need you to make a grit check.
Okay.
Whatever happens is going to happen regardless, but you need to make a grit check.
Okay. That's a 7.
Okay, it did not explode?
No, it's a D8.
Okay. As you feel this sort of building up, and you sort of, like I said, you're running through this tunnel. It's got this string of incandescent light bulbs. You've just seen one of them explode. As you kind of are pointing it upward, light energy comes out of the glove and hits the power wire. And you see the wiring heading away from you, not in the other direction, starts to glow with that Tron-like energy. And every time it hits a light bulb, it starts basically, as you're running, you're dragging this line across, and every time Jake the Bounty Hunter runs past a light bulb, it explodes in a shower of neon blue electricity.
So cool.
At least as far as now, you have discovered that you can have some kind of an impact on electronics or electricity with your power glove.
Awesome.
So yeah, you're basically now just kind of holding this thing, and it's like arcing out, and now Jake the Bounty Hunter's having to he can't even aim his gun at you guys anymore, and he's losing distance.
I pat Jake the Miner like he's a fucking racehorse. Go,
Yeah,
go,
yeah.
go!
As you do that, he goes, I don't know what's happening, but I think I almost shit myself.
Me too, buddy.
Dude, Coop is gonna end this campaign more powerful than any one of us because he's got like fucking psychic powers now. He can control electricity.
He's the collector. He's gonna collect all the things. The rock.
The Infinity Stones.
We're seeing the Thanos origin story.
Yep.
Oh
my god, that's awesome.
You're able to, because of this use of the power glove, you're able to get enough separation that Jake the Miner makes a couple of seemingly wild turns, and after a few minutes, he's panting heavily, and he's, I gotta stop being in these mines all these years. It's like being a smoker.
We've got this, Jake the Miner, and he puts Coop down, and Coop's got his little crowbar, holding it like Rosie taught him to hold a bat.
You said you and your friends, you had rescued people from the lab before, so you thought you could get in there and maybe find Jake the original?
Well, yeah.
Did you mean it?
Yes, sir.
Well, I hope so. And he pushes a stack of crates that are labeled with mining gear. He pushes them with ease. Like, they should be heavier than they look like they are. And you realize it's kind of like in the lighthouse. It's a facade as he pushes them out of the way. And there is a green door with a brass handle hidden behind it.
Oh.
This door goes to the lab.
Oh, wow. Are you coming with me, or are you staying here?
No, He's going to be here any minute now. I'm going to lead him on a wild goose chase in these tunnels.
Okay. Lead that
Don't
goose.
worry. He won't be able to follow you. Do you know where you need to go in the labs?
No idea, sir, but I tend to be abnormally lucky when it comes to these kinds of things.
It's almost like somebody above is guiding me and leading me to the right place.
It's like there's
plot will
another
lead me.
Jake looking out for me someplace.
There's an all-powerful, almighty
I want
Jake
you to roll
somewhere.
a D100, please. We'll see how good your luck is.
Jake the Almighty.
45.
A 45. No way.
Is this gonna get spooky?
Is
it
it
gonna
a
get spooky
45?
up in here?
Is he taking a picture for
He
I'm
took
taking
a
a
picture because he
picture.
rolled a 45.
I'm taking a picture and I'm posting this in the
Holy
public
Community.
in the public KOB chat, or Paradise chat. There we go.
The scene freezes and the word "lucky" appears over Coop's head, like in sparkles.
like SpongeBob? Like
You're fucking kidding me. And those are the Tira dice.
Yes, those are
too.
those are the dice that Carrie gifted me
Destiny.
in honor of her barbarian Tira. They've been both giving and taking for me lately, but they're very giving to Coop.
That is
So-
insane.
There was literally like less than 10% chance that this thing was going to happen. Jake says, well, let me see if I can help your luck a little bit. Do not let these fall into the wrong hands. And he reaches down to his minor utility belt and he pulls a key ring off. And on his key ring are dozens of brass skeleton keys.
What?
These keys will open most any door you need them to. And if you know what it is you're looking for, when you get to one of these green doors, the right key will get you exactly where you need to be.
Are you sure? I'm the key master.
Oh my god, he's so powerful, dude. He's so powerful.
I feel like Jake the Miner might. Well, actually, he would probably know this, since we've established he has a whole library of movies. So as you say, you're the keymaster. He says, well, "That's right. Now you have to find the gatekeeper," and he gives you a wink, and then he opens the door, and you see leading off of this dirty gypsum mine tunnel. You see a tunnel that is white, lined with green doors with brass handles. It's a direct entrance into the lab.
Oh.
Now, when I close this door, and he reaches down and he holds up one key, and he says, "Lock this door.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. Coop goes, and he.
Good luck and Godspeed."
You too, miner, Jake the Miner. And he closes the door and he dutifully locks it with the key that.
As you
Jake
turn the
gave him.
key in the lock and pull the key out, the brass lock and doorknob goes zzz, fades into the door, and then the door just literally melts into the wall, and there's no longer a door there. It's just white wall.
Holy shit!
And
then,
that's... Oh, go ahead.
oh, and then Coop turns and looks down the hall and is like, "Here we go again."
It's one of those shots where we see you at the end of the hall, and it's one of those push-pull zooms where the perspective... You stay the same in the frame, but it's just like... We
That
just
is
see
called
all
a
of these
zolly.
doors. What's that?
Azali.
Azali,
Zolly.
yes.
And I just want to point out the last time Coop was here, he had his green face. This time he has his mud face.
That's perfect. Nobody who works here is going to actually know what Coop really looks like.
So
it's
I-
perfect.
I was going to... Like I said, I wasn't going to just give you the keys. That's why I
My
had you roll the
God.
D100. And then when you roll the 45 and I rolled the 45, I'm like, well, Coop's getting the keys and the
odds
power
of that are
glove.
1 in 10,000.
And he got his hand back, and he can talk to animals, and he can talk to ghosts.
Hot damn.
So with that, we are going to find ourselves. I almost twice now almost hit the wrong button. Anne? Nope. I'm looking right at Carrie and I said Anne.
My middle name is Anne in real life.
Rosie, Laz, and TJ.
Jesus.
You have all just walked into the room where you see, in the middle of the room with the spotlight, the jealous mirror.
Rosie's kind of like looking like through squinty eyes. Like
And
as if
you
that'll
hear from the other side of the mirror Anne's voice say, well, this isn't where I wanted to be.
help. Shit.
I'm
I
gonna
look
hand.
at TJ.
I'm gonna hand Rosie the mirror,
What?
and I'm
What am
gonna
I s-
step. And I'm gonna walk toward Anne's voice.
Okay.
I think
Is
for
she, like, in
this
the mirror?
for this moment, Em, I want you to still be Anne.
Okay. Hey, I need you to be Jessica for a second.
No.
Look.
For the time being, you will be playing both parts of Jessica and Anne will
It's
be
like
played
that
by
TikTok with Sharon. I will be playing all the parts.
Em. It's like,
Um,
trust me, Em has done this before on an MTD
Oh, yeah.
stream, so it's nothing
Oh, yeah.
new.
I'm looking into the mirror and going, Jess, what do I do? I hear her. She's like in there.
Yes, Jessica is like, I don't know. Point me towards the mirror.
Okay. Wait.
Hurry, but don't look at it.
Okay. And Rosie like takes a couple of steps and like just shows her freaking like goes over towards the mirror and like points it up against the.
And you hear this. You hear Jessica talking from the other side and telling Rosie what to do.
Yeah. So Anne just stops, like, mid-stride after she says, I'm not supposed... This isn't where I wanted to be. And she stops dead.
And then TJ steps around the side of the mirror.
Hey. Funny seeing you here.
I like don't... Where are we?
And I give her the exact same smile she gave me on the porch.
Oh.
And the same exact grin without humor. And the same, I know.
What the fuck is happening right now, bro?
Do we need to break this mirror or what?
No, Les, we can't. If we break it, then Jessica can't get out.
What do we do?
I don't know. Just wait. Maybe. I'm sure TJ has a plan, don't you?
Anna's gonna look back at the door. Is it still there or is it gone?
The door that you walked through? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not there anymore.
Yeah, of course.
It
She looks back and
it
it's...
melted into Wetsica.
Oh no, there's another one.
I know. Listen.
Oh, the
hey,
count starts over.
when you're at bat, you start a new strike count. It's you can take one. You gotta see one.
So I think Anne... I can't go back. You don't understand. It's... I can't go back. I won't go back.
You have to.
No. This isn't fair. Why does Jessica get to come out and live her life like this, and I have to go back and I have to be in that space, that area, that hell. I don't...
Because
It's not fair, she says as she like stamps her foot like a child.
you're the strong one. You know that. And so do I. I saw what you did to that girl in the alleyway.
Go. god. What? What?
You know that you're stronger than she is.
I'm standing right there and I'm like, what the fuck did she do to a girl in an alleyway?
She
Flash-
had it coming.
Flashback to the scene with Meredith Haas out behind
Yes. Oh my
Mhm.
god.
She just
Yeah, but
broke
none of
her
us know
hand.
about that.
Oh.
No.
Nope.
No, we don't.
the wheel.
But I remember now. Here he does.
Pepper's Farm remembers.
Pepper's Farm remembers.
Sponsored by Pepper's Farm.
Real quick flash to Rosie holding Jessica's mirror up in front of the jealous mirror. And Jessica, as you look out of the mirror, you see Rosie holding up the reflection of you into this mirror. You see this reflected in the mirror. And nothing's happening.
You
Jess,
hear
is it working?
it's not working.
What do I do?
I don't know. Maybe Anne has to look in the mirror too. I don't know. You can hear like the panic in Jessica's voice.
I think as okay, this is stupid. I think as Jessica panics, Rosie
Oh.
forgets for a second, and I think she looks. She freaking like
Oh.
she's like, as soon as she said, I think Anne has to look. Rosie would go look, and like she would look by mistake.
You
in
see
the
a
mirror.
reflection of yourself holding the mirror with Jessica. You're standing in front of a full-length mirror. It looks like something you might find in your grandma's basement.
And Rosie realizes almost immediately that this is not good. But she does she see anything other than Jessica and herself?
I would like
She sees
Rosie,
Anne?
Laz, TJ, and Anne to all make brains checks.
Oh God.
Oh, good. Brains is my thing. All jocks are smart. Here we go.
This is a
Oh.
tiered check.
I
Sounded like there was a lucky
I
break
exploded
there.
twice and got a 9.
I also got a lucky break, and I got a 14 total.
I got a 7.
I realized I didn't have my character sheet open and am now rolling the die.
We actually have rules and numbers for this
Yeah.
game, Jeremy. I know it's been quite the just theater up until now. But
You mean it's not just improvising on the fly? Oh,
yeah,
dear.
no,
I mean, I could just make a number up, but
this is a delight.
I got a 4
Okay.
total.
Rosie, you're the first to notice this.
Mhm.
On your side of the mirror with you and Laz and Jess. TJ, as you're talking to Anne, you also make this realization. Laz and Anne do not. And Jess is incapable of making this for reasons that will become clear momentarily. Rosie, as you step forward, looking into this obviously plain old mirror, you realize something feels weird about the floor in here. It doesn't feel the same as the tiled floors you've been running through and in previous rooms. It's not padded like your room was. It feels almost like ice, but not ice. It feels like glass. You realize, and TJ, you begin to make this realization. The jealous mirror is not the upright full-length mirror in the middle of the room.
It's the whole.
In fact,
room.
TJ, you glance over and you actually can see the sticker that's on the back of this mirror that is a handwritten sticker that has a price of $49.95, and printed above it is around the edges of the sticker, it says "One Man's Junk, Paradise, Michigan."
Oh my god.
This is an antique or a secondhand mirror that was purchased locally at the secondhand shop. The floor, the ceiling, and the walls of this room are all reflective. You are all standing in the middle of the jealous mirror.
Oh my god. So, as Rosie like starts to like slowly recognize this, I think. Well, she gets like instinctively pissed that it feels like she's been like made a fool of, kind of. But then she starts looking around for Anne specifically,
Get out.
and she would just be like,
Get out.
"You need to get out. You had your fun. You were out and about. You had friends. You did the whole thing."
No. No. You don't get to tell me when I'm done. When it's over.
But you get to tell Jessica that?
She
It's
wasn't
time.
she wasn't appreciative of what she had. All she did was complain and moan about her life. About she's like backing
Wait, you
up
did-
like almost into a corner.
See, now I'm getting confused. Anne,
Here we go.
Anne, I need you.
You've created this. This is your fault.
So, well, okay, this actually kind of works out. Jessica and Anne, I need 1 for Jessica, a brains check. 2 for Anne, I need a brawn check.
oh,
Okay.
And Jessica, don't forget, you have a mental consequence because of your effort.
That's right. So how much is that subtracted for Jessica?
It's
Minus
it's a -2 to whatever you roll.
Okay, -2. Okay. So for Jessica's brains, that's an 8.
With the -2?
Yeah, with the -2, she
Okay.
exploded.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
So
Would
that's
Jake
that's
still
good.
have the
That's
mental
good for Jess, and I'll tell you why in a
consequence? 'Cause it
moment.
was a while ago.
What did Anne
Jake?
get?
Anne was you said
Brawn.
brawn. Okay. That's a 7.
Hey, Jake?
Yeah?
I would like to grab onto Anne and take that brawn away.
Oh, with his power.
Okay, so
Oh!
this is something we've not done before.
Oh.
We're gonna do a contested power.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
because
this
I
is
think
metal as-
Anne would punch TJ.
Oh,
metal as
my.
fuck.
So this is gonna be a roll off. This is rollies basically.
Yeah, rollies.
So you have a maximum limit of 7 that you can roll using your power tokens. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, that's right.
wow.
This is like
so-
Dragon Ball Z.
It's
Knowing the more
with
you
two
roll,
wizards.
the more dangerous it gets.
Yeah.
I would like you each to roll a d6.
Also, Jake, just to remind you, my brawn is 20 plus 1.
Okay, you're not rolling brawn though.
Okay. Damn it. I mean, yeah, okay.
Them's the
For the
rules.
moment, you are rolling purely using your power tokens because you're trying to exert your powers. Yeah,
So
I
what
would like
happens if it does explode? Sorry.
it. If it explodes, you roll again, and it doesn't count as an extra power die.
Your first
Okay.
roll is going to be like a. Uh-oh. TJ might be in some trouble. And everyone, this is Craig's last episode with us. Thank you, Craig.
So, each of you roll your d6 and tell us what the total is. 4 for TJ.
I rolled a 6, and then I rolled a 5.
So
Ouch.
Anne's at 11. So we've got 11 and 4. TJ, Anne is resisting your ability to drain. You can roll higher if you want.
Can I use pops?
On a power token roll, you cannot.
Okay. And what's my gold star do again?
You can add a +2 automatically using a gold star to any check.
Okay. So what is it right now? 11-4?
11-4 is
Yeah.
the score.
Go again?
So if you want to beat her, you got to roll again.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure Anne is happy to stop.
And that's
That's a 6.
8 more.
So 8 more. So you're at 12.
Okay.
With 2, I'm going to keep track this way. So 12 versus 11, Anne.
Yep.
I have score on my end as well, Drew.
Okay, so go ahead. If you want to resist,
Yep.
roll again.
Anne rolled a 5.
So that puts you at 16. Anne has the upper hand.
16, 12.
Another 6.
Oh.
10.
10
Damn.
more.
22 for TJ right now.
22 to... I've already lost.
16.
22 to 16. We're at 3 and 2.
Yeah.
Dice.
I did roll a 6 and then a 1.
Oh
So
my
7 more.
god.
So 21... No, 23 versus
23 to 22. Anne is winning. Don't worry, I got this. This is my
Okay.
job in real life.
All right, you keep that
Counting is my thing.
because it's hurting my head.
It's okay, I got it. 23 to 22. Anne is up.
Another 5.
So
27.
27 to 23. We're at 5 and 4 tokens. No, 4 and 3 tokens.
4 and 3.
Yeah. I rolled a 1. So I will roll again.
Okay.
So that put you. So your fourth
24
was
to
a 1.
27.
24 to 27, and you're going to roll a 5th die.
Correct.
Damn, that's another 1.
25 to 27. Anne is down.
So that's.
TJ, are
I've
you
already
rolling
lost track.
again?
That's 5 dice.
5 rolls for Anne, 4 rolls for
Okay.
TJ. TJ
You got to
is
roll
up.
again if you want to beat him, man.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so a 6th die.
Okay, that's a 6
Exploding.
and a 5.
So it's
my
11
God.
more.
We have 36 for Anne with 6 rolls, 27 for TJ with 4 rolls.
All right, TJ.
6.
Oh my god.
11.
Oh. We have 38 for TJ on 5 rolls and 36 for Anne on 6 rolls.
This is your
So
last
I
die
get
you can
one
roll.
more roll.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. That's a 5 for 41 total.
41 total.
Anne is up at 7 rolls. TJ, you got 2 rolls to get 3 total.
1.
What's
And a 5.
All right, the grand total after 7 rolls for both. Anne 41, TJ 44.
okay?
So close.
So here's what's going to happen.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
This is all happening within the span of moments. TJ reaches out and grabs hold of you, Anne, and you start to resist him, and you realize TJ is stronger than you. But wait, he's not. Somehow, you're getting weaker. Now, let's also not forget that I had you roll a brawn check that you rolled a 7 on, which is not enough. That brawn check is where you realize, as you started to attempt to back up, your feet were stuck in place as they are beginning to turn that chromium mirror surface. Like when Neo stuck his hand into the mirror in the Matrix, you are starting to be absorbed by the jealous mirror. But now TJ is trying to stop you from being able to get away. And you are resisting him. And at both of your feet, cracks are beginning to form in the jealous mirror. And it's after a few seconds that Laz and Rosie, you notice from out behind this mirror in the middle, you start to see spider webs.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
What's happening?
I don't know.
Get out!
Jess, what do I do? And I look at the little mirror again.
Listen to TJ. She says.
TJ?
Get the
okay,
fuck out!
Okay. And
Laz is headed for the door.
so am I. And I take the little tiny mirror with me. I don't know if that will help.
Tiny Jessica.
Tiny Jessica, come on!
Jessica, because you rolled an 8 on your brains check, as Rosie's turning to leave, you realize that now that you're inside the room that is the jealous mirror, you can see it. Like you can see all the other mirrors. You can skip out of the small mirror and into one of the surfaces of the jealous mirror.
Oh,
Anne,
yeah.
Anne is already in the process of being absorbed.
Oh, yeah. Jessica is going to then, all of a sudden, I imagine, I don't know how you know, Rosie, but you feel
Mirror
maybe
gets lighter.
Yeah, the mirror just gets a little lighter.
It feels like a girl is less
I
of
would
this
say
mirror now.
I would say it would be as Rosie and Laz sort of burst through the door and get out of the room. Glancing down, Rosie, you see an empty mirror.
Fuck, Jess, is this thing on?
What happened?
And
Audience or an oil painting? She's not fucking in there anymore.
back in the room, in the jealous mirror, Anne, or Jessica, is now full, like, larger than life, taking up one whole wall.
Like that scene in Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah, just this whole big section of the wall is Jessica. You are looking into this room, and you are seeing the scene of TJ and Anne in this power struggle, but you're also weirdly simultaneously seeing from outside of the jealous mirror, and you're seeing that the mirror itself is exerting its force on Anne and trying to put her back where she belongs.
Ugh.
What are you gonna do, Jess?
Yeah, Jess is gonna, like, go to where Anne is and is going to, is there a way that she can, like, where this mirror has, like, kind of absorbed Anne's feet, like, pull her?
Yeah, you, with just a thought, you're suddenly on that surface, you're on the floor, and you're able to almost just will it. That, in fact, I imagine it like you stay on the wall that you were on, but we see your hand reach, and now it's at the floor level, and again, it's larger. It makes you almost appear giant. And Jess, you have the ability to phase still. The mirror is cracked, which means you don't have to exert power as you reach through and grab hold. And TJ, you see this hand reaching through, the same hand that reached through the mirror to knock the pills out of your hand. Reaching up to grab Jessica now around the lower, or Anne, damn it, around the lower legs.
The other one.
And start to pull her down.
Yeah, Anne is fighting with all her might. Anne is going to try, like, she is trying to get out.
And Anne is losing. Anne lost the power struggle. And I'm going to read to you what happens when you hit 7 tokens. Because TJ, you're also going to fall victim to this. Because you spent 7 tokens to beat Anne. Profound mental effects. Memory loss. Replacement of their personality with a new one until they get a good night's sleep. Erratic perception of reality.
Oh yeah, I think that Anne is, like, more animal right now, as she's like screaming, like shrieking, and like no words come out of Anne's mouth, as she has this, like, it's like an animal in a cage and just wants to get out. That is her only thought right now, as her mind is breaking with the amount of force and power that she is putting into escaping.
I am gonna say real quick, if I may. As Rosie's watching this struggle, she does, like, remember, like, the fun night they had when they were getting ready for the dance and, like, all that stuff. And there is a little bit of pity for Anne, frankly. But, like, this animalistic thing that's happening, this is something else. And Rosie kind of, like, loses it and is fully rooting for Jessica.
And in this moment of screaming and screeching and just pure feralness, we see there's this sudden, just the screaming, and then there's silence. As Anne, you realize you've lost this fight. And we see, as the camera is sort of focused in on your face, we just see it kind of goes and inverts. And as it pulls away, as if, picture an all black background with a single silver line, a single silver plane that is the surface of the mirror, and it's like a diver breaking the surface of water, but there's no other sign of water movement. As we see you go, shards of mirror around you, and it's an extremely wide shot as you are pulled into the mirror world. And at the same time, TJ, as her hand slips loose from you, you see at the exact same moment that Anne is bursting through, her reflection is bursting up out of the mirror and lands. Jessica, you land in a exhausted heap, lying on the surface of the mirror. As TJ, you start to lose consciousness. You're not fully unconscious yet.
I reach my hand out and go, Jessica. And then I pass out.
Yeah, at that moment, I think like in the mere seconds before you pass out, you feel the warmth of Jessica's hand around yours.
And Jessica, you see as TJ is lying there, face down, sort of face on the side, you can see the faded remnants of that black eye, but you can also see that there's the newer mark that his dad gave him, kind of reflected in the mirror, and you see that where his shirt is, you can see a chain, and you can see a piece of a necklace hanging out of his shirt, and it's half of a heart, and it says, which one are you wearing?
JAS.
He's wearing JAS, and where his hand is outstretched, you can see that he's holding another chain, and it says TJA. And you watch as TJ loses consciousness. You see TJ begins to sink into the surface of the mirror.
No.
Yeah, I imagine Jessica has that reaction. It's like I imagine Rosie, you would hear a sound where Anne's screams were like guttural and animalistic. Jessica's are like so full of anger. Jessica is like full of sorrow as she's like trying to pull TJ out from being sucked into the mirror.
Is the door still open? Are we watching this? Like,
if you look back in there, you're seeing as TJ begins to slip below the surface.
Fuck. I would go and help. Like, I would run back in and I would start to, like, I see what Jessica is doing and I would try to do the same.
As you take your first step into the room, it's like stepping into liquid.
I think Laz is right behind her, like grabs a hold of her. Wait.
No, Laz, I have to help.
But look at your feet.
I don't care. It's like water. What can it do?
You might end up like on the other side.
And you hear, TJ, their voices fading distantly. And TJ, as your consciousness is leaving and you are slipping below the surface of the mirror, it's like you're slipping below the surface of this dark ocean. And as you sink and we see this sort of wide shot, it looks like you're slowly falling into the depths. Looking up, you see a sobbing, anguished cries. You see Jessica, her hand pressed against the glass of the jealous mirror. TJ, what are your final thoughts as you are slipping into unconsciousness and into the mirror world?
I catch her eyes as she sees me sinking, and I smile as I sink.
As you smile, Jessica puts a heart in the mirror, as TJ is sinking down.
Oh.
We see this camera sort of pans back, and what we see is again that thin silver plane, and we see Jessica for the first time in what feels like ages, back in the real world, but almost in more pain than she ever was alone in the mirror world, lying down, drawing this heart as TJ's sinking, one hand outstretched, and the shot just turns into this wide shot, and Jessica's sobbing fades, and Rosie's anguished cries, and Laz's struggles with her sort of fade. Everything goes black. We're not entirely sure how much time passes. We see camera begins to zoom in, but this time TJ's no longer falling. TJ is lying face down in what looks about maybe a half inch of water, reflected with a dark reflection. As the camera gets closer, we hear the splashing footsteps of somebody walking closer. TJ. Anne steps into frame, looks down at the unconscious TJ, and you see that same sort of half smile, but this time full of nothing but malice, begins to curl at the corners of her mouth. And that's where we end tonight's session.
No! Oh my god! Oh no!
Jeremy, 100%. I was drawing on Eleven's world from Stranger's Thing.
Oh yeah,
Stranger's Thing.
Yeah.
The classic television show Strange Misten.
But,
obviously. Holy shit!
Perfect strangers.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing.
Basically.
God damn,
also,
guys.
so I don't forget this. Jessica, you're not quite dying. Actually, I'm going to change that. You're injured. You're in bad shape. This is more the mental effects of what happened. Suffice it to say that you're not all right.
You're not okay.
But you're back in the world. That's a story for next week.
TJ's about
I
to
want
get fucked up.
I want to say a huge thank you to Craig for
God, Craig.
Here.
I guarantee
Bro.
that I did not have to twist his arm to get him to play. He's been saying put me in, coach, pretty much since the beginning of season 1. So Craig, it's been amazing having you join us for these sessions and for this arc. And
well done, Bro Tato.
Seriously, man.
While it was super intense, you brought award-winning performance to the beginning of this session, and I think you did an amazing job creating an incredible character that canonically isn't really gone. So
No, just about to be tortured until he's evil, but that's fine. It's cool.
So, like I said, I thank you so much for allowing me to play.
Oh my god, Craig.
Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the character I brought. So, like I said, it's been tremendous, and like I said, I watch you guys every week doing this, and they're all tremendous. So, allowing me to step into your world, I can't thank you enough. So, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the last we'll see of Craig either. I expect to see Craig showing up on other games, not just in this game, but I hope to see you answering the call for, other people looking for games. Jeremy's always out looking for games.
Yeah.
Um,
Like I said, that's what I was saying. Like I said, play and throw my name out there, and hopefully they like what they see and throw me an invite.
Something that Craig and I discovered in the last year or so, since we had kind of reconnected and been walking and doing stuff, is we learned that we actually lived just a few blocks away from each other for like 10, 12 years or more, and didn't know it, let alone the fact that he's been playing D&D all these years, blocks from my house. We could have been playing D&D almost every night.
Yeah, we would play like 7-8 hours a night.
Okay,
So,
my wife wouldn't have allowed me to go that
my
much.
best friend lived with me, so yeah.
But no,
we had like maps on my wall. It was people would come in and go, "What the hell is this?" That's nothing. Don't worry about that. It's not nerdy. That's what I can tell you.
This is my public endorsement to if you're looking for a player in a game that can bring it, that knows how to role play and plays well with others, get Craig in your games.
Appreciate that.
Thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight. I know things were very heavy in the beginning. We dealt with some heavy subject matter, and I hope we gave everybody a fair enough warning leading into that. Thank you to everybody who tuned in, whether you're lurking silently in the background, you're watching later with us on the VOD. Know that we appreciate you. And thank you to everybody around this virtual table. To know that we're going to deal with something intense, but also that we're going to say, hey, we're playing a game, but I need you all to sit quietly for like 30-40 minutes while we focus on just 2 characters. But that's never a problem with this group.
I think we were all like secretly excited. We're like, woo!
To be fair, I knew very little of what was going to happen. I had only as much information from Em and Craig as I needed for them to basically say, is this okay? Other than that, I was just as surprised as the rest of you as to what was going on, and it was amazing to just sit back and watch something like that unfold. And it felt very, knowing that this was going to be the last episode, it felt very poignant to have such a powerful opening scene focusing on TJ and Jessica, and then to end on a powerful scene with the 2 of them.
Dude, the heart as he was going down broke me. I'm sorry. Oh god.
Yeah, that was amazing.
It's a beautiful like full circleness to that whole art.
Yeah. So
man.
Thank you, not just to our special guest Craig, but to all of you, because you all continue to bring so much life to these characters. And we're going on 3-4 episodes now where you've been separated. You're slowly getting back together,
making our way,
but getting you all back together again. While you're separated, you're doing amazing jobs working with the story and working with your characters, and at the end of the day, remembering that we're playing a game, and sometimes you roll a 1 and you crash your bike and you get a handlebar through the chest. But
if I had a nickel.
Another version of your future self from outer space shows up and helps you, as it happens. Do not let me forget, Chad, that your dice power, your D100 roll, remind me next session, because I have it marked. Just remind me that we need to resolve that. Because I've thought about it in the background, and I can tweak it enough that it can work in our current location.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So,
Very nice.
With that, I want to say, just as always, a huge thank you to all of you. I love you. You are amazing friends, amazing players, and I'm honored to get to share this space with all of you. Thank you, Chad, Tamiko, Carrie, Jeremy, Craig, M, and though he wasn't with us, he was with us in spirit, Ted, without whom this would just be me talking to myself for a couple hours. With that, we are going to go ahead and end this stream the same way we end every stream, and you can say it with me if you want.